Hello YouTube! Morkez Marihser here. I love Mega Man. If you know me already, this shouldn't be a surprise. But when you hear how most people talk about how much they love Mega Man, especially here on YouTube, you might not realize something. Look up countdown videos of top Mega Man games and music and bosses and such. You'll see the Classic series, the X series, the Legends series, and maybe the Zero series. And that tends to be where it stops. I find this unfair, as there are amazing Mega Man games that a lot of these people will ignore the existence of. It's just a trend, I'll admit, and there are exceptions, but it's a trend that I wish to break. I want more Mega Man games to get attention. So, I decided that if we're gonna rank Mega Man games, we're gonna rank all Mega Man games. So I'd initially planned. But how is one expected to compare Mega Man Battle Network 4 to Mega Man Soccer to The Misadventures of Tron Bone? Yeah, there needs to be a limit here somewhere. Instead then, I decided to rank every Mega Man platformer regardless of which series it comes from. It's the most common genre, and it makes sense given the franchise started here. We need the platforming, the shooting, and the action focus in order to qualify. Sorry to the Legends games, but you don't make the cut here. So how is this gonna work? Well, first I need to be blunt. For cases where I haven't had the chance to finish them or even just to touch them, you'll see an icon in the corner. There are a lot of these games, mind you, and some of them I don't even have access to. So if you see that, you're free to take my opinion with a grain of salt. I mean, it's my opinion anyway, so you're free to do that regardless. Still, I did want to be thorough, and I have completed the vast majority of them. Okay, time to be rapid fire. All the platformers, worst to best. Ready? Let's go! '43, Mega Man DOS. I refuse to play this one on principle. Look at it. Just no. No. Just no. I don't know what they were thinking. 42, Mega Man 3 DOS. Oh, that's right. They made another one. It's basically the same, just longer. 41, Mega Man X7. This may be my least favorite game of all time. The only reason it's not at the bottom is because I haven't actually played the DOS games, and at least this one functions. I feel dirty complimenting it. Burn to the ground! 40, Mega Man and Bass, Challenger from the Future. Why'd they make a sequel to Mega Man and Bass? Why'd they make it for the WonderSwan? What the heck is a Conroe Man? 39, Mega Man 2, Game Boy. Well, my ears are bleeding. I'll take it over Flame Highnard, though. Oh, and the gameplay is an unintuitive mess. 38, Mega Man and Bass. You know, people associate classic Mega Man with a certain amount of difficulty it doesn't always have. And this game is twice as hard as that. 37, Mega Man, Dr. Wily's Revenge. You know, I don't really feel rewarded for beating this one, but it is a complete game. It's one point the WonderSwan didn't get. 36, Mega Man, Game Gear. If I didn't already know Mega Man 4 and 5 very well, I'd call this one impossible. It's ruined by Game Gear screen crunch and unresponsive controls. Also, the final stage is Quick Man, and you don't get a continue. 35, Mega Man Extreme 2. This one tried a little too much, honestly. Zero's saber combat just does not translate well, and the sound compression comes out worse than the first game. Plus, the story it's just stupid. 34, Mega Man X6. While I won't call it good, it does have a fun core at the base and an amazing soundtrack. I don't mind it all that much, but some of the decisions here are wrong. They're just wrong. 33, Mega Man 8. Similarly, this one also has a good core, but certain parts of the game sour the whole thing for me. Unmemorable soundtrack, average levels, so-so bosses, the board sections. But I found that media, and I found Dr. Wily. 32, Mega Man ZX Advent. Full voice acting from the X7 team. Why? Still an Ed title overall, more streamlined than the first ZX, but far clunkier and way more gimmicky. And the warp system? Just, Ouch.
31. Mega Man Battle Network WonderSwan.
There's a lot of ambition here, and the battle chips translate pretty well to platforming. Too bad it doesn't take the concept anywhere interesting and requires 3 playthroughs to get all the basic upgrades.
30. Mega Man Extreme.
Another ambitious title that feels very complete and it translates decently all things considered. That said, the limited inputs and weird completion make it somewhat annoying.
29. Mega Man 7.
The presentation is really good, but the gameplay goes from way too easy to way too hard, seemingly on purpose. It just leaves a bad taste in the mouth despite some of its better features.
28. Mega Man 4 Game Boy.
It's like the Game Gear game, but it actually does the concept right. Still, I'm not that big a fan of the Game Boy Pentalogy's overall feel.
27. Mega Man 3 Game Boy.
A tie with its sequel, but I do enjoy this one a bit more. Plus, Gemini Man stage with a charge shot. Sign me up!
26. Mega Man X5.
It took me a while to get past the agony of completion for the Legacy Collection, but on its own, the game is kind of fun. Seriously though, why the countdown clock? Why the part system? Why the RNG to decide the endings?
25. Mega Man NES.
The one that created the formula and gave us a lot to build on. Boy, though, does it show its age. Still better than some of Capcom's other first entries, right, Street Fighter?
24. Mega Man 5 NES.
With 2 castles, the end of the game kinda drags. There was a good idea here and there and some incredible stages, but some other stuff just makes it come off as wonky.
23. Mega Man 5 Game Boy.
This Mega Man 5, on the other hand, is an entirely original adventure with new enemies, new creations, a grander plot, and it's on the Game Boy. I might not like how it feels to play, but I am thoroughly impressed.
22. Mega Man 0.
Another start to something that could become great, but the permanent cost of failure and the practically required grinding makes this one far too much stress to revisit without casual scenario mode.
21. Mega Man ZX.
I would have never thought a Metroidvania with Mega Man gameplay would work, but it works! Okay, there are some aspects that are more stress than they're worth, but it's still a decently fun time.
20. Mega Man Network Transmission.
I know it's got some flaws, least of all the reload time, but I love this game. It really makes you feel like you're in the Battle Network universe while still having classic, recognizable Mega Man gameplay.
19. Mega Man 10.
It's just a solid Mega Man game. Nothing less, not much more. Still a bit weird how the game makes it more attractive to play with the more limiting moveset of Mega Man, though.
18. Wily Tower.
A surprising Mega Man take on Journey to the West as a completion bonus for beating the first 3 games in Wily Wars. You get to pick 8 weapons and 3 tools and go to town on 7 new levels. Neat!
17. Mega Man 04.
I love the story and how it concludes. I love the Z-Knuckle, at least in how it enhances traversal. I even love the elf system, despite oversimplification. But the overall package it's weird.
16. Mega Man X3.
Fun? Yes. A bit haphazard? Also yes. Is Zero's presence here a bit of a waste? Sadly, that's another yes. But hey, it's still got a great core with a lot of amazing fights and locales. And the ride armors certainly don't hurt.
15. Mega Man 3 NES.
The ability to slide enhanced the gameplay and level design quite a lot. But it's also somewhat random and throws everything at you without always giving you tools to sensibly handle it back.
14. Mega Man 02.
A lot of my problems in 01 were fixed here, still a lot of grinding but nowhere near as much. And the story is a great continuation.
13. Street Fighter Cross Mega Man.
An anniversary fan game that Capcom picked up, completed, and distributed for free. A great tribute on characters and gameplay elements from Street Fighter 2 to present. Again, sorry Street Fighter 1.
12. Mega Man X2.
This one goes into the good sequel pile as it's a pretty typical good sequel. I surprisingly don't have much more to say beyond. I like it.
11. Mega Man 9.
While I think they overcompensated with returning to the retro feel, 9 is an amazingly designed game. Except for the Wily stages. Those... yeah, even Mega Man BS didn't have this much Mega Man BS in it.
10. Mega Man X8.
A bit of an atypical opinion, but I love X8. Even with the 2 vehicle stages and the retry system, this game creates a self-contained gameplay loop that really works. Plus, Axel is both overpowered and, more importantly, tolerable.
9. Mega Man 6.
Okay, maybe this game shouldn't have been made when it was, given X was already out, but they still made a really good title. The weapons are nice, the bosses are fun, and the split design is done effectively.
8. Mega Man 03.
At first, it wasn't my favorite of the Zero games, but honestly, the combat for Zero is at its best here. I still feel the elf and ranking systems are inherently flawed, but this game, it's still amazing.
7. Mega Man Powered Up.
Talk about a drastic remake! The style takes some getting used to, but they knew what they were doing. Basically, everything that could be done with a Mega Man 1 remake is here, in spades.
6. Mega Man 4 NES.
Mega Man 4 is a very good experience, with very good platforming, very good bosses, and very good music. And we finally get to charge that buster. No longer are we restricted to mere lemons.
5. Mega Man 11.
And speaking of expanding the gameplay, the double gear system is the greatest enhancement to the classic formula since the charge shot. I'm dead serious, and I hope to see more of it.
4. Mega Man X4.
The terrible cutscenes are far more forgivable when they surround a game as good-looking and fluid as this. Plus, the 4th armor is so good, it practically lasted all the way to the X challenge, which is excluded because it doesn't have the platforming.
3. Mega Man 2 NES.
This is one of the greatest sequels ever made. While some of its benefits may be accidental, and there are a few odd moments here or there, they got it right. By God, they got it right.
2. Mega Man X.
One of the best first impressions a series could ever have. X brought a new dimension of offense and traversal, while remaining faithful to the classic formula. Plus, one of the best soundtracks ever made. It was practically perfect.
1. Mega Man Maverick Hunter X.
But that doesn't mean it can't be made even better. There's a little give and take here, some design decisions are traded out, but the story is presented amazingly. The voice acting is the best in the series, the original gameplay is preserved and then some, and there's even a bonus mode where you play as the uniquely challenging Vile. All of this comes together to create one of my favorite games of all time. So there we have it. Every Mega Man platformer. All 43 of them. But the video's not over. What's that about? Well, when I said I wanted to give more Mega Man games their due, I meant it. Time for the second most populated genre, the turn-based RPG. And with that, another 15 games to rank. Let's get right to it.
15. Mega Man Strategy.
I don't regret not trying this tactical mess. That 3D to 2D art style is... ew. And to prove how little they cared, the Robot Master based on the Zodiac Cancer has the symbol for Gemini.
14. Mega Man Star Force. Dragon Pegasus Leo.
What a stumble right out the gate. The story's a meandering mess, the soundtrack is annoying, and the gameplay gives us a bad impression of what should be intense and in your face.
13. Mega Man Battle Network 4.5 Real Operation.
That decimal point is there for a reason. This is basically just a test room for various NetNavis to be playable in 5 and 6. I guess the novelty's nice, but still.
12. Mega Man Battle Network 4, Red Sun, Blue Moon.
None of the Battle Network games are actively bad, but 4 is messy. The double soul mechanic is not all that fun, and some of the powers you'll get throughout the story, yeah, they're randomized when you start a file. How delightful.
11, Mega Man Battle Chip Challenge.
A guilty pleasure, one that bases victory almost entirely on preparation and little on input, and yet it's still really fun to play. I can't put my finger on why.
10, Mega Man Battle Network.
It's like a cheesy Saturday morning cartoon turned into an entry-level RPG with some complexities. But there were some awkward moments that I think we can be glad they left behind in future entries.
9, Mega Man Battle Network, Operation Star Force.
And here we have it again, crossing over with Star Force in a remake that actually didn't make it over here. The differences are not that significant beyond the new chapter, so it's right above the original in the rankings.
8, Mega Man X Command Mission.
A surprisingly fun, traditional JRPG with a pretty good story. It has gameplay that, while interesting, becomes tiring after a while. The spawn rate is way too high, and the experience rate is way too low.
7, Mega Man Star Force 2, Zerker Cross Saurian, Zerker Cross Ninja.
A huge step in the right direction. The story's better, the gameplay's better, some jankiness kept from the first one, but I can actually recommend you start the series here. But what the heck is that title supposed to be?
6, Mega Man Battle Network 6, Cybeast Rager, Cybeast Balzer.
Battle Network felt like it ended suddenly and with a drastic story shift, but for the finale, it is still very good, and the cross system is a much better version of Double Soul.
5, Mega Man Battle Network 2.
This one definitely knew how to ramp things up. I mean, the plot gets downright crazy. Throw in the new style change system and overall improvements, and we have another good sequel.
4, Mega Man Battle Network 3, Blue, White.
But then they really ramped it up for the third game. These split version differences aren't so drastic like they are in future games, but wow! Some people consider this one the best of the RPGs, and I can understand why.
3, Mega Man Battle Network 5, Team Proto Man, Team Colonel.
All that said, I have a greater connection to 5 personally. The tactical mission sections and other playable characters during the story makes for a really cool game. The story's not quite as good as 3, but this is still a blast.
2, Mega Man Battle Network 5, Double Team DS.
And the enhanced version on the DS is even better. It includes the harder dungeons from certain places in the Japanese Game Boy Advance version, and the ability to play another character practically whenever you want.
1, Mega Man Star Force 3, Black Ace, Red Joker.
Star Force 3 takes what used to be flawed and perfects it. The story is phenomenal, and it even catches newcomers right up to speed. The soundtrack is severely underrated. The gameplay takes full advantage of what the original concept was supposed to be. And it all makes for, in my opinion, the perfect threequel. And we were robbed of a fourth one due to low sales. Why does this happen? Well, there we have it. 58 Mega Man games in 2 orderly columns. I'll leave the rest of the series be, for now. If you want to see some other stuff I've done recently, check out the description and the end card. And if you like videos like this where a lot of stuff gets ranked, you might want to keep your eye on the channel. Is this just going to become my thing? Well, who knows. This is Morkez Marihser, signing off.